Hello, Professor. I'll be explaining the case for the week 8. I've chosen Nifty Electronics, Tele-Electronics case. So navigating workplace surveillance, a case study at Nifty Tele-Electronics. So Nifty Tele-Electronics is a Hungarian-based electronics company that manufactures phones and sells phones. So recently, Nifty Electronics, they appointed a new chief information officer, and the new chief information officer, what he does is he goes and examines the design team. And when he goes and examines the design team, he comes to know that, okay, the design engineers, they're not adhering to their work. That means they're taking extra long work and their work is some kind of a clumsy. It is not up to the standards. And what the new chief information officer does is he goes and installs a electronic surveillance uh, system to monitor the designers. This causes a rift with the designers and the new CIO. So this presentation examines the unexpected implementation of electronic surveillance in Nifty teleelectronics design departments. We will explore its effects on the creative environment, discuss alternative solutions, and address the critical issues of proprietary and ethics in the workplace. First is let me discuss stakeholders. The designers are impacted now, directly impacted by the surveillances. The designers are being monitored all the time. They are being directly impacted now. They have a feeling of loss of privacy and trust and hindering creative flow. Obviously, right, if every moment is being recorded, then they become more conscious. And the CIO's authority, the new CIO, what he does is he takes a unilateral decisions without consultations, creating friction and undermining team morale. Uh, because the CIO, he did not consent or he did not take permission from the designers or any other teams before implementing this surveillance system to monitor the designer's activity. So there was a person called Arno Foster's Foster. Arno Foster, he advised the new CIO saying that, hey, what you're doing is wrong, and installing a surveillance camera to monitor the designer's movement is wrong. That is unethical. So what happened was the CIO, the new chief information officer, he fired Arno Foster. Unexplained firing of a key figure raising concerns about fairness and transparency. Now, the creative environment. The company's innovative culture is being jeopardized by a climate of consent and constant monitoring and distrust. Impact on organization efficiency. While surveillance may offer immediate insights, right? Surveillance can make sure everybody are adhering to work, they're following the guidelines, they're doing what it has to be done. It often stifles long-term innovation. Constant supervision can demoralize employees, leading to decreased productivity and reluctance to take creative risks, right? So there is a demoralization because of this. Constant supervision discourages employees, and the stifled creativity. Open autonomous spaces foster innovation, and because of this, there is a reduced trust. There will be always trust, and mistrust diminish overall productivity. Let's see the alternative uh, system or tools that can be implemented instead of using any kind of surveillance mechanism. So transparent project management tools like Jira or Trello encourage transparency and accountability without invading privacy. These tools which are there, they can be implemented in place uh, where an employee or a worker, he can get the workflow from Jira. He can make any updates regarding his work in Jira, and he can be monitored. Then dynamics KPI, implementing key performance indicators, promotes innovation and rewards genuine performance, right? And employee engagement, fostering engagement enhances system acceptance and overall effectiveness. These alternatives foster a collaborative environment allowing monitoring of work progress without compromising employees' privacy. So these are the alternative systems or tools that can be in place. Now is ethical and legal implications. Data protection and violations. Surveillance without consent can infringe on data protection laws. So since the workers or designers have been constantly monitored uh, every moment, and they're being monitored without any consent, uh, which can be a problem. Then ethical consent concerns. Lack of employee consent raises significant ethical red flags. Wrongful termination risks. Say now the employees who are there, they're being constantly monitored, and by mistake also, if you do any kind of a mistake, there will be a risk of termination. Unjustified dismissals can lead to legal and reputational damage. Workplace systems must uphold privacy, proportionality, and transparency to comply with legal and ethical standards. Now, these are the professional responsibility of the CIO that has to be followed instead of just uh, you know monitoring using surveillance cameras. You should demonstrate an ethical leadership. CIO must drive change while upholding ethical and legal standards. And you should bring about cultural awareness. A CIO must consider organizational culture and employee attitudes. And collaboration and communication. This is very key. CIO who is there, he should communicate and collaborate with his employees, and he should listen to their problem, and he has to be empathetic towards them. Effective leadership is built on open dialogue and mutual cooperation. Here are my recommendations for improvement. Eliminate overbearing monitoring, meaning remove invasive systems to restore employee trust and loyalty, such as surveillance camera, and implement non-invasive systems. Introduce systems that allow employee input and require consent, something like Jira or Microsoft Teams, something like that, and develop clear policies. Establish unambiguous policies that align with ethical and legal standards. Then there should be any kind of enhance ethical leadership, right? Then cultivate leadership skills that promote the ethical use of technology. And in conclusion, organization success hinges on fostering a culture of trust and creativity rather than sacrificing it for surveillance. Employee trust is vital for long-term performance and retention. First, we need to prioritize creativity. Do not let surveillance hinder innovation. Let them do some creativity because creativity can strike at any point of the time. Then build trust. Employee trust is a key for long-term success. And next is promote ethical systems, enhance, align with human dignity, and foster balance. Innovation thrives in a peaceful workplace. These are my references. Thank you, Professor.